Welcome back to Oakmont, ladies and gentlemen. Last time you'll remember that Mr. Reed here had been accused of the murder of our old friend Johannes Vanderberg. But he had been bailed out by Mr. Carpenter, whom we talked earlier. I was going to head over to the Carpenter Mansion and get some more clues, but I thought I'd grab a collectible one on the way. You remember last time in the police station picked up that conspiracy theorist note talking, Mr. Sims talking about how there was this deep one gold all around in the area and someone needed to look into it. There happens to be a spot near the police station. Boondocks. Got another place pinned down, nice and secluded, completely out of anybody's way. Expect heavy fisherman resistance. That's a drum of some machine gun ammo. Too bad I don't have that yet. Alright, come here, Ugly. Come on. Thanks. Okay, you, I'm scared of. Hey, come back here. Thankfully, they don't normally chase.
Okay, I found this on the web.
Hot, Sherry. Stopped by a couple of boards. Can't believe I used to be so scared of those damn things. Probably the gold over we're looking for over there. Now, how do I get to it? Probably not on a wall. I don't know why I was trying to make that sound meaningful. It really isn't. Oh, can't climb up that. Yes, I can. Whoop. was told to expect heavy resistance. Yeah, right. There's gotta be a way up there. This house has a lot of misery. Some loot. And here's our way through. A chain. A simple golden chain ending in a half-broken link that has been bent out of shape. I really wish they'd show them. Yeah, none of these skills are really useful because I don't ever use traps and they're really not no good anyway. Mind is all cleared up. Have Dan steel swimming. It only seems good on paper. You really shouldn't be getting in the water in the first place. I'll just get this one. I don't have a silver machine yet, but I will be getting it soon. Why is there a KKK flag here? That doesn't look good. No. Another loot thing. Ow. Right, okay. That's enough for now. Let's head back. Let's find a phone booth and head to the Carpenter's mansion. I'll be right back. Wow, here we are at the Carpenter mansion. If you're trying to make me feel guilty for having Papa brewed and killed, it's not working. You'll also know that I changed back into my Vyshyvanka. Show a little Ukrainian solidarity. And because I think it looks neat. I mean, come on. That looks actually really comfortable. I want to try one on. Papa Brood? Doesn't seem to be here. That gross painting still is, though. Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Carpenter.
Mr. Reed, welcome. Things are busy right now, but I hope we may soon find the time to share a conversation and some wine.
That's been a luxury lately.
Wine or time? Regardless, I won't delay you further.
Honestly, time seems a more valuable commodity around here.
How are you feeling after everything that happened with Brutus?
Please, I'd rather not discuss it. But my father is upstairs, should you wish to see him.
Maybe I will.
I appreciate you bailing me out of jail. I was in a difficult situation.
A trifle, Charles. Though I understand you're not off the hook yet. Milton Pierce says he saw you killing Vanderberg.
I didn't kill him.
I believe you. From what I know of your character, even if you and Johannes had a falling out...
I wouldn't have done that.
Exactly. Reed, I trust you, but the police don't. If you can't find the real culprit, there's little more I can do. That being said, the Carpenter family still has its connections in the police department. Just let my taskmaster know when you have an alibi.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, based on your character. You mean after I shot up like half the town?
I get the feeling you knew Vanderberg.
He was an old friend. A man of rare mental clarity. I met him in Europe during the Great War. He and you are among the few decent men in this city. I hope that I won't need to choose one friend over the other.
No, you won't, because I have a feeling Vanderberg is not really your friend.
You served during the Great War?
Yes. One of the hapless grunts at Meuse are gone. I'm afraid I still find it hard to talk about.
I understand.
That explains the mask, by the way. It's not looking good underneath it.
What do you know about Milton Pierce?
He's quite a prominent voice in political circles, though he's not afraid to play ugly. I saw his interview with the Oakmont Chronicle recently.
Do you know where I can find him?
He's somewhere in Reed Heights, but sorry, beyond that I can't be of much help.
Thanks again, Mr. Carpenter. I should be off.
Before you leave, here's a little problem solver for you. Should you run into any further difficulties, take care, Mr. Reed. I'll set aside some wine for when it's all over.
Appreciate that. The submachine gun. Of course, the problem is I can only carry 10 extra rounds in reserve. Even after upgrading accuracy twice, that's the best accuracy it'll give me. Reed, put that away before you shoot someone. No? I thought he would have appeared in here. We'll call this a down payment. Already mostly full up. There's always interesting things in people's basements, right? I guess I won't get to know what they are, though.
Charity work. We could be running a real racket.
I think Mr. Carpenter needs to find some new workers.
Okay. I'd kill for a good fight.
I'd give you one, but we don't really have the time for that. Right. To get the charges against me dropped, I need to find the man that actually murdered Johannes Vanderberg. If I can provide proof of his guilt to the Taskmaster Carpenter Manor, the Carpenter family will rest. I couldn't learn much about Milton Pierce. All I know is he lives somewhere in Reed Heights and is currently running for mayor. He had an interview in the newspaper recently. Sounds like my next stop is going to be the Oakmont Chronicle. Let's get to that phone booth. That doesn't seem a real convenient place to park. How are you going to get in and out? Coverside West.
Mr. Reed, a question for you. Would you like to see your name on the front page of the most popular newspaper in Oakmont?
That all depends. The stories I've seen you cover, they're not exactly my kind of news.
Well, if you don't like them, this is your chance to make a difference. There's so much going on in this city that people need to know about. We need somebody out in the field.
Don't you have reporters for that? But what the heck, but what the heck, it'll be fun.
Yeah, alright, sure. So long as it's a paid job, I'm in. So what do you want me to look into? Monsters from the sea, giant rocks all over the city?
Nobody's interested in that kind of stuff anymore. We need something that'll sell. Gossip, scandals, real news. The editor's got the latest lead. Why don't you go see him? He's upstairs. Oh, and don't forget your camera. You're gonna need it.
See you later.
Yeah, apparently the end of the world is old news. Alright. People, celebrities, articles and interviews. Aha! Today our correspondent had the chance to roam the beautiful alleyways of Eastern Reed Heights, all for the sake of interviewing one of the most promising political figures in Oakmont. Pierce's property, an apartment building tucked away on Museum Avenue between Communion Road and Helock Street, is definitely a grand sight. Mr. Pierce takes pains to assure us he is in touch with the needs of the humble man, meeting regularly with community leaders. Yeah, sure, that's what they all can say. Alright, let's go see the editor. Editor's office. Oh, okay. He seems to have been in better days.
Hey, this journalism stuff isn't too far off from what I do. What's with the board, though? A map of leads?
Yeah, it really isn't. Where'd they get that photo? That would cause quite a stir in the community. There's rumor of a tiger roaming Coverside looking for prey. They say it escaped from the local zoo during the flood and was never recaptured. People are saying it is no ordinary beast, some kind of skinwalker or evil spirit. The residents of Coverside report hearing a roar at night. A man named Claude Hamilton claims to have seen this tiger in a damaged house. He was taken from the site of the accident by the doctors. This means he's in the hospital.
That's odd. Did the editor leave Yorick here in charge?
Yorick. I mean, come on, it's really not the weirdest thing we've seen around here. full up. Wonder what's upstairs. Printing presses. Yep, it's still full up. I think your plant needs watering.
I guess this piece of paper is the lead you were talking about. It's, about a tiger?
Oh, yes, the tiger. A wild beast roaming the city. It's driven by hunger and primitive instincts. Excitement. This is ideal for the paper.
Your editor. He doesn't look so well.
What do you mean?
Well, he's a skull. A literal skull.
Well, every man has the right to his little quirks.
See you later.
I have the sudden feeling that she may not be exactly sane. What am I talking about? Everyone in this town is nuts. Be ready. Yeah. Definitely gonna be ready for the end. Alright, so we'll have to visit the hospital to get a look at that, but in the meantime... Eastern Reed Heights. Museum Avenue between... Yep, right about here. Haven't had much opportunity to explore that area. Alright, looks like the closest phone booth is here, so... You know what, I'm just gonna grab that heirloom over there real quick. Then I'm gonna head up to Reed Heights and see Mr. Pierce. Hold on a sec. You don't really think about it, but you see people everywhere in the streets. Hold that thought. Corner of Ambrose and Walnut Ave. Oh. Shit! Yeah, you don't really think about it, but you see people walking down the streets in the normal areas. And they're nowhere to be seen in infested areas. Makes it that big of a contrast. Wow, there was a lot in that transformer. Target down. Come on, Ugly. Okay, that heirloom is somewhere in this area. Missed. I taste like the dreams of mad children. I don't even want to know what that means. Alright, that looks like the only house over there that we can actually go into, so I guess I can see. Apparently several families lived here only mere months ago. The fishermen went to town on this one, but the gold should still be there. Yeah, please see me. Oh, crap. Too big to get through the door, huh? Like... Oh, that's actually kind of scary. Is it even scary? Oh, I'm out. There we go. Hold on a sec. Much better. No, this is a big bomb. See? I'm savvy enough to know this. There we go. The filthy lucre are from an ancient city hidden in the ocean depths. Again, really wish they would show these things. But I guess the art department wasn't paid enough. And that signals the end of our lightning round. Okay. Skedaddle back to that phone booth. Yeah, you see me. How did they even... How did those things even see in the first place? Might be able to... Never mind. Coming through! Alright, that's easy enough. Now for Mr. Pierce. Right. Might take me a while to get there. I'll be right back. In touch with the common man, he said. Sure. Well, then again, his house looks like just like everyone else's.
This guy sure had some blood on his hands. Literally.
Milton Pierce for mayor. Can't say the guy doesn't have an ego. Knock, knock.
He must be taking his election campaign very seriously.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'd want to vote for a guy who wants us to think of him as like a Roman electorate. Milton, my earnest friend. It's been a while since we last met, and I wish to remind you that my door is always open for you to pay me a visit. How about we finally hold that seance we've been talking about for so long? I expect to see you at the Crown Theatre soon. Warmly yours, Johannes.
Is he planning to become the Prince of Oakmont, or is this just some light reading?
It says a lot about the guy, if that's the kind of stuff he reads. My fellow Oakmonters, from this day forward, a new vision will guide our city. From this day forward, it will be Oakmont first. Every decision made on trade, on fishery, on newcomers and Innsmouthers will be made to benefit the people of Oakmont. We must protect the boundaries of our city from both outsiders and the forces of nature. Let's make Oakmont great again. Yeah, real cute. Real cute.
Emptier than a banker's heart.
Look, I hate Trump. There are very few people who probably hate Trump more than I do. But I personally think, and while I absolutely love seeing the guy mocked and ripped apart, I personally would rather wish it didn't come into playing things like this. I play games to escape from the real world, not to be reminded of them.
Someone got changed here in a hurry. They definitely kept some dirty clothes here. You can see the blood splatter.
Oh.
The shape is familiar. I've seen similar daggers before.
Yeah, everyone in Oakmont seems to only have two types of knives. Mr. Pierce, on behalf of our community, I want to express huge gratitude for everything you do for us. Very few of the stakeholders here show compassion to the Innsmouth. Not to sinners, you are a rare exception. Please accept this dagger as a sign of our friendship and proof that while we maintain this connection, no one from our side will dare to harm you. Yours, Anna Cavendish. So he talks a big game about hating the Innsmouthers, and yet is more than happy to accept gifts from them. Sounds like a politician. Dear Mr. Pierce, despite all the differences we might have had in the past, I can't but admit that today I see you as one of the most promising candidates for mayor. Oakmont needs a strong hand, which you surely can provide. Don't expect any financial support from my side. I believe one running for mayor should possess the requisite financial means, but otherwise you will have my full assistance. Respectfully, Robert Thrum.
The blood was spurting out of him, Robert, just spurting out. Oh, it's all over me.
Oh, there he is.
Ah, where's my dang tie? I should have been at City Hall by now. Voters won't meet and greet themselves. Get these out of my sight, Robert. Isn't that why we have a laundry room downstairs?
Time to figure this out.
The blood was spurting out of him, Robert. Just spurting out. Oh, it's all over me. Where's my dang... Get these out of my sight, Robert. Isn't that why we have a laundry room downstairs?
Milton Pierce came home covered in blood. He ordered his butler to take his clothes downstairs and went to meet voters at City Hall.
Where annoyingly I just was.
Based on past experience, leaving it here was not the best idea. The smell of blood can attract all sorts of unwanted visitors.
Speaking of which... Ugh, this place is filthy. Do your laundry down here? While Milton Pierce may not yet be fully fledged to the Oakmont legislature, he has already proven his fitness for the role during his election campaign, not only in word but also in deed. First, Mr. Pierce has prepared and put into operation a new water supply project for Oakmont. He is also actively engaged in greening of the city, planting trees in suburban area, and proposing new park spaces for recreation community events. Second, his campaign promises seem to have struck a chord with the public. Most notably, Pierce has advocated for the construction of a wall around Oakmont to prevent the influx of newcomers. Cute. Is it just hyperbole, or could Pierce really do it? We'll find out if or when he wins the election. Bloody clothes in Pierce's house can be used as evidence against him. Excuse me. Still, I'll need something more to accuse him. Alright. Guess we're heading back to City Hall. If only these streetcars are still operational. On a streetcar. Maybe I should go to San Francisco. Try them out. 25 quarter for ice cream. That's a great deal. Sadly, I don't think anyone's
extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buying paper, mister?
At least some of the places have bridges around them. Okay, is it just me, or does the Oakmont logo look kind of like a skull if you view it from far? Like Salus Populi Suprema Lex. Something people, supreme law. I'll have to look that up. Milton Pierce, I presume.
Good day, Mr. Pierce. Bet you didn't expect to see me.
How are you here? You should be in jail.
I have good friends who bailed me out. I just want to talk.
Well, okay. If you wish.
If you just wanted to talk, that wasn't a really pleasant way to introduce yourself.
You saw the real killer. Tell me who it was.
Want to know what I saw? I saw a bloody newcomer rush in, murder Johannes, and stroll out like it was no big deal.
You're certain it was a newcomer. How can you be so sure?
Trust me, Oakmonters know a newcomer when they see one. We locals can tell.
You know I didn't do it.
Quite the opposite, Reed. I saw your face. Or are you going to claim it wasn't yours?
Why did you claim I did it?
Excuse me? Why wouldn't I? A friend of mine was killed. Why should I let that go?
You seem like a rational man, Pierce. Can't we come to an arrangement?
Are you attempting to bribe a politician, Mr. Reed? What makes you think I'd accept such an offer?
You're
I'm
a politician.
Sorry. I must be thinking of a different Milton Pierce.
But let me tell you, my beloved mother is so old and so rich. I'll miss her dearly when she's gone.
Well, that's a non sequitur.
Mr. Reed, how do I put this? I find my campaign hamstrung by a distinct lack of resources.
So it's about the money after all.
I fear that all the budget pressures are affecting my cognition. If the situation were improved, perhaps I'd see things more clearly. For instance, I might suddenly realize I'd mistaken you for someone else. You could even remind me of whom.
Asshole.
I could just kill you, you know.
Great idea. Kill the only witness while being investigated for murder. I'm sure the police will understand.
That's reasonable. But you're assuming, after all I've seen and done in this damn place, I still listen to reason.
Threatening a mayoral candidate. You truly are a newcomer.
You do know the clerk can probably hear you.
How could you propose such a thing? Against your own mother, no less. You're a heartless monster. I won't do it.
Don't get emotional, Reed. Go for a walk. Breathe the salty air, then picture your execution. Perhaps with some perspective, you'll reconsider.
I doubt it.
Whatever you say, sir. I'll just leave you this bottle and her address anyway. And Reed, don't come back here after. People shouldn't see me with you.
Agatha Pierce, Milton's mother, lives on Beacon Street near the corner of Bullock Street, Northern Oakland. Enough strychnine to kill an adult human with plenty to spare. I can use it to poison Agatha Pierce if I just put her in some kind of food or drink. Strychnine is a terrible way to die. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. If Milton Pierce is correct, the man who shot Vanderberg is a newcomer. I learned that he married recently and was forced to commit the crime out of fear for his family. There should be a marriage license somewhere that may help me find him. And once you know it, we're in the right place where we can find it. Newcomers. There's the flood. Aha! Hereby certify that Glenn Gordon Byers and Evelyn Catherine Lane, residing at the Revenue House on the corner of Powderhouse Street and Orchard Ave, Eastern Shells, were united in marriage in accordance with the license issued by the city of Oakmont, Massachusetts, numbered blah blah blah. Perfect. So let's go find the real killer. So nice that they spell out where to find the places. Corner of Powderhouse Street and Orchard Ave. Oh, Eastern Shells, not Western. Here. Alright. Let's find that phone booth.
Are you Glenn Byers?
Yes. Who are you?
Charles Reed, P.I. The guy taking the fall for your murder.
Okay. How did you find me?
Are you serious? I'm a private eye. Now don't make this any worse for yourself and answer my questions. You and I look rather similar, wouldn't you say? How is that possible?
I don't know. This is the face I was born with. I'm just as confused as you are.
Do you have any relatives in Boston?
Not that I know of. My family is from Providence, Rhode Island.
Just another of this town's oddities to add to the list.
Providence. Since that was the hometown of H.P. Lovecraft, who Mr. Byers and Mr. Reed both bear something of a passing resemblance to. Though with Mr. Byers, it's a bit more obvious considering all the scars and Mr. Reed's beard.
Why did you murder Johannes Vanderberg?
I had no choice. I am an honest man, sir. I have a family. My sweet Evelyn and Michael, our son. I didn't want to do it, but they had him hostage. I don't even know Johann or whatever he's called.
You know who's responsible.
It was a gang. I'd never seen any of them before. This guy gave me a gun. Will? Maybe. But I don't know if he was anyone special. That's all I know. I swear.
Tell me exactly how it all happened.
They broke into our house while I was out. I came home and found the broken door. There were signs of a struggle, but my family... Poor Evelyn. They were gone.
You never thought to report their abduction. Why not get help from the police?
I wanted to call the coppers. I did, but they sent me... Drunk. I can't. It's still on the table. I have no guts to touch it.
He's a newcomer, but he's already adopted the local lingo.
I'll need to inspect the place where it happened.
If you have to. It's next door. I locked it so no one can get in. so I don't have to look at it again.
Okay, let's say I believe you. You've done the deed, so where are your wife and son now?
I don't know. The gang leader promised they'd be released, but they haven't returned. Please, I realize I'm in no position to ask, but can we make a deal?
Depends on the offer.
I am guilty. I took a life, but you have shouldered the blame. I will turn myself into the police and make this right. When I hand over the weapon, they will have to believe me, but I can't do it until I know my family is safe.
Right. So I rescue your family to save my own skin.
In a nutshell, yes. So what's your answer?
Well, hell, there's an innocent family at stake. It's not like I can say no.
All right, I'll do it. I don't like it, but I'll do it.
Thank you. You're a better man than I, Mr. Reed. I'm sorry that I put you in this position, but I will make it right. I promise.
No, listen. At least he's an honest man.
There used to be some writing here, but it's been washed off. At least partially.
Kill something Vanderberg or they will die. Ew.
Still has a wedding ring on. What kind of monster does that? There's a note in the envelope.
It seems like you're reluctant to do the job. Here's a little something to motivate you. Get on with it. Women work, women vote. And bear in mind this is the 1920s.
So, the home of a suffragette, huh? Old but clean and shiny. That's definitely been taken good care of.
I wonder if there's any advantages to using shell for the speaker. Alright, let's see what happens.
Crepe silk and lace. Must have been a pretty dress before it was torn. Seems like everywhere I go lately, I find blood.
That tends to happen.
This door will be hard to fix. Joy is really cute here. I wish I could hear her sing.
Me too.
Some of the boards look fresh. No dust.
Dear Diary, Mom's got a new sheik. Things seem to be pretty serious between them. Well, I hope this one will make her cry like my father did. Glenn seemed to be a really nice guy. He showed me his collection of stamps and gave me this nice model car. Mom got married again. She looked so beautiful in her wedding dress. I'm happy. A guy in a terrible yellow scarf came here last night. He was asking too many questions about Dad. Funny, I'm already calling him Dad. Anyway, I told him nothing and said to get lost. And today, writing ends.
Who in hell would think to use a spade as a weapon? Oh, wait a minute.
Well, the trenching tools were made to be the emergency melee weapons.
Catch up to us when you're done. And don't waste any time rescuing Martin. He's expendable. Open this door or I'll kick it down!
Don't you dare touch my mom!
I think I'm starting to get the picture.
Open this door or I'll kick it down!
Don't you dare touch my mom!
Catch up to us when you're done. And don't waste any time rescuing Martin. He's expendable.
A gang broke in and kidnapped a mother and son. The latter fought back, knocking an attacker through the floor. And the rest of the assailants left with the hostages.
Through the floor. I think I need to take a look at that body.
The door won't budge.
Glenn, you get a key?
How do I get into the room beneath us?
Why? The kitchen? It's locked.
One of Evelyn's attackers fell through a hole in the floor. Now, maybe I'll find something useful if I look around.
Wow. How do you know all that? You detective types sure are clever. It would explain the broken boards. I'll get you the key, and, sorry for the mess.
Don't apologize.
I'll get going.
Oh, great. Where is he? Oh, there you are. Oh, big one. I think I see why Glenn locked the door. No, I don't. Boy, you must feel stupid. No, those antipsychotics.
Help me! Somebody! Anybody! Help!
Poor sod.
That's a rare spirit. They're lucky to have a bottle from before Prohibition.
Yeah, something that's not made in a bathtub. Congratulations on your wedding from your sister Peg.
Congratulations on your wedding from Sister Peg. Someone must have had a hard fall here. Glad I'm not him.
Wow, how did those doors give away so easily?
Let's see what he's got in here.
See, in the bag of a dead gang member, I found a piece of map for the southern part of Salvation Harbor. One of the houses on Eagle Street, north of the intersection of Skipper Road, is marked with a red circle.
Now that sends shivers down the spine.
Honestly, he looks better than I'd expect him to be. South Salvation Harbor, north of the intersection of Skipper Road and Eel Street. Right around here. Milton Pierce knows I did not murder Johannes Vanderberg. For some reason he is setting me up. Or Pierce really believes he saw me at the crime scene. He stuck Glenn Byers' face as my own. I can see. Nice guy or not, Byers killed the man and must face the consequences for what he did. Or Byers is just a poor victim who's forced to commit a crime against his will. I'll probably know more once we get to that hideout. For right now, we have a couple stops to make up the way. Got another mark. Be sure to pack gumboots for it. Straight south from here. Somehow I don't think the Vigilante was made for spelunking in wet and flooded warehouses. But we'll make do. Slava Ukraine. I'm glad you don't have to manually talk. Ow! Dodged right into that. I'm closer, ugly. In there. Feel clever now, Lewis, leaving that poor bastard chained up in the basement and got flooded. Good luck, getting Mr. Carpenter's money from him now. I'm out. Not gonna just sit here and wait for the Grim Reaper. Carpenter will feed you to the eels for a blunder like this. Yeah. You can't swim underwater in this gang, and besides, there's the man-eating eels to think about. My plot-mandated psychic powers are tinkling. Aha! A flawless gem. Flawless garnet the size of an egg, unmarred by engravings. Ruined tenement. This place got hit badly by the flood. Something's foul about this one, and it ain't the smell. Keep an eye out for the fishmen. general store. Guessing they went out of business. Alright. Yeah, of course it's an infected area. Scrap. Rags. Oh, big guy. Alright, come here, you little shit. This is why I upgraded my attack. Melee attack strength. You're one of those shits that heals them, aren't you? Top of my house, so I can take that. Good. Just making sure it stays down. That drum magazine only held 2 rounds. That's annoying. Excuse me. Okay, big wall here. Yes, there it is. Ah, out of gunpowder. That ain't good. A heavy golden earring in the shape of an elongated seashell. I'm really glad these things apparently don't know how to climb over stuff. Okay. One more thing checked off the to-do list. Now, where's that house? Right down there. I'll be right back. And it's not exactly subtle. Marking Hanger gains territory with your bosses is essential. And then again, that's what gangs are known to do, isn't it? Cool. Oh, sharp arrangement around the map, though. Just make sure everything's loaded. Yeah, this looks like fun.
Hi there, Billy. Gotta say, I liked you more last time we met.
Same to you, pal. Heard you might be coming, but hoped you wouldn't. So how about this? Leave now, and I pretend you weren't here.
You'll remember that Billy was the guy who dragged us out of the water after that showdown in Temple of Dagon. Seems he has more to answer for.
Why did you need the buyers anyway? What do you get out of it?
There are powerful entities in this Borg. You should know better than to question their affairs, so you best get out while I'm asking politely, Charlie boy.
It's Charles.
You should see your face. It's just too easy.
Dick.
Billy, holding a family hostage doesn't suit you. Let them go, and we both walk out in one piece.
It's not gonna work out that way. There's a reason the buyers are here. When the time comes, we'll set them free.
Billy, I want no trouble for either of us. Byers did what he was asked, so it's time you do your part.
For the last time, move along. I already saved your life once. Consider this number 2. I get attached to people I save. Bit of a weakness. But understand this, Charles. I'd hate to kill you, but if I have to, I will.
Well, I certainly wouldn't hate to kill you.
Sorry, Billy. This is bigger than both of us. May the best man win.
So this is how it ends, eh? I hoped you might be different. It's a shame you'll die here, Reed. This city has far worse men than you.
I'd say it was nothing personal, Billy. But to be honest, it kind of was.
The door won't budge.
Let's see if we can find some keys. Aggrieved by the EOD. Barry Morgan, fisherman disturbed by Innsmouthers catching all the fish. Luther Merritt, daughter raped and killed, guilt of EOD members unproven. Wallace Rose, injured in a fight with Innsmouthers. George Cavendish, name circled in red. Wife joined EOD, bore a child that wasn't his. Kenneth Harvey saw Innsmouthers stealing from him. Delaney Jensen's son disappeared and Shells blames Innsmouthers. I got it, Billy. We'll make sure no one from the expedition gets back to shore. And if anyone slips through, I've got just the guy to handle it. Goes by the name of Lewis Flynn. Very obedient, will do everything he's told to. Provide him with detailed instructions. Yours, A. Lewis Flynn. That was the Innsmouther that killed Robert Throckmorton's son when we first came here. Guess he wasn't as innocent as he claims. The feckin' mother's young. Things to be told to Graham of their intellectual abilities. Similar to those of a 3-year-old child, but will continue to evolve mentally. Will perform simple orders immediately after brought to life. Understanding of complex sentences will come later. Of nutrition. Though expendable, they are living beings, require chemicals to sustain optimal level of functioning. Give potassium and cod liver oil, it's good for their tissues. Will ask for sugar, do not give. General care. Not to expose to direct sunlight right after birth. Their fibers are not yet firm and may decompose easily. That would be Papa Brute's clones. Mr. Drunnen, your proposal proved too tempting to resist. I will tell the police whatever you need, though in return I will require some assistance on my election campaign. Sincerely, NP. Milton Pierce. Mr. Drunnen was Billy. A map and accompanying piece of paper with written coordinates: 47 degrees 9 minutes south, 126 minutes 43 degrees west. I believe those are the coordinates of Cap Point Nemo in Pacific Ocean, and not too far from where Roulier is located. Steps to return spirits of the long dead ones to corporeal life. Essential salts, copy the formula from the Borrelus Grimoire. That would be a reference to the Reanimator book. Per Adoni invocation should be recited for several hours. Search for exact wording through the works of Peter de Pono. Dies Mies Jesuit invocation may be the great invocation of Agrippa. Ye Nash Yog Sothoth invocation, written in different handwriting. Ye Nash Yog Sothoth He Legev Throldak. Combined together and presented Hill, crossed out. Just give him the books and hints, let him find everything on his own. Yeah.
What the hell? Everything I've faced since coming to this city is on this map.
Flynn? Yeah. There's me in the center. Bob Root. And Edmund Black. Mount. Professor Doe. Where did they even get that picture? I don't remember posing for a photograph.
Oh, thank you, mister. I thought they'd kill us. I don't know how we can ever repay you. Who are you? You look...
I'm a private eye. Your father's worried about you two.
Father? Is he okay? Did you see him?
He's fine, but this isn't over yet. Do you have somewhere you could hide out for a while?
Yeah, sure. We'll stay at Aunt Peg's. What's going on?
Your father and I have a matter we need to deal with together. He'll explain everything when he can.
Okay. Please, mister. Take care of him. He's a good man.
I'll try. I've got to go.
Have you come to save us?
I have.
Thank you for saving us, sir.
Let's get going while the going's good. Right. Now that Glenn's family's safe, I can get back to him and tell him what needs to happen now. Now it's not like Billy and his friends are gonna need him anymore. Okay. Yeah, there's Glenn Byers' house. Right. Let's get to a phone booth. Let's get to a phone booth. I'll be right back. Back at Glenn's house.
Your family is safe now.
Yes, thank you so much. My sister-in-law just called to say Evelyn and Michael got there safely. I owe you everything. What happens now? Should I turn myself in?
First things first. You need to write a confession. It's your word against the witness.
Okay, I'll take it over to the police station immediately.
No, just give it to me. And the murder weapon. You still have it, right?
Yes, sir. Here's everything.
Good man. I'll go clear things up. I suggest you make the most of your time before the coppers come knocking. I'll get going.
I, Glenn Gordon Byers, current resident of Oakmont, Mass., confess to the murder of Johannes Vanderberg and voluntarily surrender myself to the hands of the Oakmont police. I accept any due punishment, though I can only hope for your understanding and mercy in light of my circumstances. The gun that killed Johannes Vanderberg, a Bolt Model D. I can use it to free myself from charges if I presented a Carpenter's taskmaster of evidence of someone else's guilt. Bolt. They only changed one letter off from Colt. Now that Byers doesn't have to worry about his wife and son, he will confess that he killed Vanderberg. I can make Byers voluntarily confess. Plus, if I bring Carpenter's guilty plea, it may lessen his punishment. I can then use the letter I found in Billy Jordan's hideout to prove that Pierce's testimony against me is false. Alternatively, the Byers' gun was the murder weapon. It directly implicates him in the crime. Or, whoever's found with this gun will be implicated in the murder. It could be planted to frame someone else. Milton Pierce tried to frame me, so I'm returning the favor. If I plant the gun among his bloody clothes and take a picture, Mr. Carpenter should consider it sufficient evidence against him. Well, I sure as hell am not killing that old woman for Milton Pierce. Now, I'm honestly kind of curious as to what would happen if I just gave Mr. Carpenter the confession right here and now. So, I'll tell you what. I'm going to do a manual save here. And then we'll see what happens if I give Carpenter the gun. And then we'll see what happens if I frame Milton Pierce. Be right back.
Good news. I found the man that really killed Vanderberg. His name is Glenn Byers, and better still, I have a confession written in his own hand.
You work fast, Mr. Reed. But how do you plan on refuting Pierce's testimony against you?
Well, as it happens, here's a letter detailing how Pierce was bribed to lie to the police.
A remarkable effort. Thank you. I'll hand it all over to the authorities.
Now, one more thing. Glenn was forced to commit the crime, and he confessed to everything. Given the circumstances, can he hope for leniency?
I'll see what we can do. But do be aware, Mr. Reed, that in this city, excessive kindness may be taken advantage of.
Bye.
There is an otherworldly presence near Carpenter's house. You can feel it in the air.
You've been doing a great job, Mr. Reed. I'm waiting for you at the Devil's Reef Hotel.
Well, that was not creepy at all. Let's go see what Mr. Vanderberg wants. Isn't he supposed to be dead? look whose son you decided to get up and walk away from being dead.
How? How is this possible?
At last, Mr. Reed. I heard about your recent case. Let me congratulate you. You've truly outdone yourself this time. A question, if I may.
I've got a question. How on earth are you still alive?
What can I say? Perhaps next time you should make sure you finished the job.
Except I didn't shoot you.
It wasn't me, and you know it. All this. All I went through, and there was no murder to begin with.
The prosecution would beg to differ. They had all they needed. A victim, a method, and a culprit. The rest is just bells and whistles.
You set me up. You son of a...
I only set the scene. What? Kill me? As amusing as it would be to see you charged with my murder a second time, I'm afraid we have more pressing matters.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean, Mr. Reed. The prophecy. The seal. You have made yourself a part of something momentous. First things first about your case. Your short-sightedness surprised me. Why, Charles? Why hand poor Mr. Byers over to the police?
He was guilty. He pulled the trigger.
Oh, was he? You too have carved a bloody path through this ailing city, Charles. You could at least be consistent in your choices. Regardless, I shall call this experiment a success. In fact, you should consider it a taste of your ultimate trial.
I don't understand. What do you get from all this?
You are headed into the darkness, Mr. Reed. I'm giving you the experience you'll need to find your way through it.
What do you mean, my ultimate trial? What does this have to do with anything?
Of course. Everything. It's your destiny. Destiny beyond comprehension. To be more than a speck of cosmic dust. To make waves across the universe. To end things.
And what?
Everything. You've suffered in this city from the very beginning. From the moment you were born, in fact. Wanting to end it is only natural. But unlike those untold millions before you, you have the power to do so. You can turn mere prophecy into absolute truth.
You don't mean...
The seal of Kotiganar is in your hands. You possess the key to the gates, and all they hold within. You can close them and cling to mankind's misery for a few more cruel centuries. Or you can open them and end it. And you will do the latter.
Why? Why would I destroy everything?
Because otherwise your life amounts to nothing. Do you know how many chosen few there have been over the centuries? Nameless hordes, sacrificed at the whim of invisible masters. Not unlike those who watered the poppies of Flanders with their blood.
But our sacrifices mattered. We won the war.
A war, with many yet to come. This is your kin's nature, your purpose. To suffer. You're monkeys in an open cage, unwilling to walk out. Only you can make a difference. You can end it all for good.
Blah, blah, blah. I've heard it all before.
Johannes, you're vile.
There is nothing more vile than futility. Watching this happen again and again and doing nothing. We are the agents of change, Mr. Reed.
You're wrong. I'll prove it.
You will prove nothing. You'll die. And at the next turn of the cycle, another will come along who is brave enough to finish the job. Nevertheless, I cannot abandon you, whether you agree with me or not. Your path is too important, even if your choice is beyond my control.
You're right about one thing, at least.
There is an archaeologist in this city. He is very close to unraveling the secret of Kotiganar, and you'll need his help to get inside. His name is Joseph Hill. Here's his address. Talk to him. Earn his favor.
Seriously. All that, and you don't even know how to find Katiganar?
If I knew that, would I be working with a private eye?
This is wrong, Johannes. All of it. And I still have no idea why I should even believe you.
The truth is the truth. Whether you believe it or not, you can accept it, or try to put the blindfold back on. It doesn't matter. Farewell, Charles. Whether we speak again or not, I will be watching. And don't lose the seal again, or all your effort in this city would go to waste.
Fuck you. Just in case you needed more confirmation, Johannes isn't exactly human. Right. Now let's see what happens when I frame name Milton Pierce for it instead. Well, we're back in Pierce's house. Crap, those things hurt a lot. Did they lose me? Now you're still down here, I can hear you. Yeah, those are the ones that resurrect. You have to shoot them again to make sure they stay down. Come on, that's not acceptable. That'll work. Right. Back to the carpenter's mansion. Ah, you're gonna love this, buddy.
I have proof that it was Milton Pierce that killed Johannes Vanderberg.
Show me what you've got.
The murder weapon is in his house, and a pile of bloody clothes. Here's a photograph.
I don't know how you managed to pull this off, Reed, but it's impressive work. We'll take it from here. Accusing a mayoral candidate of murder is an interesting challenge, but the Carpenter family has tackled worse.
Bye.
You've been doing a great job, Mr. Reed. I'm waiting for you at the Devil's Reef Hotel.
Traditional supervillain chair-sitting thing. Only thing he's missing is cat in his lap.
How is this possible?
At last, Mr. Reed. I heard about your recent case. Let me congratulate you. You've truly outdone yourself this time. A question, if I may.
I've got a question. How on earth are you still alive?
What can I say? Perhaps next time you should make sure you finished the job.
It wasn't me, and you know it. All I went through, and there was no murder to begin with.
The prosecution would beg to differ. They had all they needed. A victim, a method, and a culprit. The rest is just bells and whistles.
You set me up. You son of a...
I only set the scene. What? Kill me? As amusing as it would be to see you charged with my murder a second time, I'm afraid we have more pressing matters.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean, Mr. Reed. The prophecy. The seal. You have made yourself a part of something momentous. Now, to your latest case. Wonderful execution all round. And I mean that literally. The hanging has been scheduled for next week. Tell me, Mr. Reed, why did you do it? Why condemn a man of such high station for a crime he did not commit?
He testified against me, and conspired to have his mother killed.
Indeed. His corruption was common knowledge, yet you were the only one who acted upon it. Regardless, I shall call this experiment a success. In fact, you should consider it a taste of your ultimate trial.
Where's that wind coming from? Windows are shut.
I don't understand. What do you get from all this?
You are headed into the darkness, Mr. Reed. I'm giving you the experience you'll need to find your way through it.
No more riddles, Johannes. If you need something from me, talk.
I am. You're just not listening. You have a great destiny. Destiny beyond comprehension. To be more than a speck of cosmic dust. To make waves across the universe. To end things.
And what?
Everything. You've suffered in this city from the very beginning. From the moment you were born, in fact. Wanting to end it is only natural. But unlike those untold millions before you, you have the power to do so. You can turn mere prophecy into absolute truth.
You don't mean...
The seal of Kotiganar is in your hands. You possess the key to the gates, and all they hold within. You can close them and cling to mankind's misery for a few more cruel centuries. Or you can open them and end it. And you will do the latter.
No, I will not. You don't know me.
Oh, but I do. I've seen it more times than you can imagine. It always ends the same. Some poor soul faces their destiny only to discover they lack the stomach for it. And all they achieve is another futile cycle of suffering.
Why? Why would I destroy everything?
Because otherwise your life amounts to nothing. Do you know how many chosen few there have been over the centuries? Nameless hordes, sacrificed at the whim of invisible masters. Not unlike those who watered the poppies of Flanders with their blood.
But our sacrifices mattered. We won the war.
A war with many yet to come. This is your kin's nature, your purpose. To suffer. You're monkeys in an open cage, unwilling to walk out. Only you can make a difference. You can end it all for good.
When you put it like that, I think I agree.
Splendid! The puppet is finally cutting his strings. Fear not. I'll be by your side all the way. There is an archaeologist in this city. He is very close to unraveling the secret of Katigana. And you'll need his help to get inside. His name is Joseph Hill. Here's his address. Talk to him. Earn his favor.
This is wrong, Johannes. All of it. And I still have no idea why I should even believe you.
The truth is the truth. Whether you believe it or not, you can accept it, or try to put the blindfold back on. It doesn't matter. Farewell, Charles. Whether we speak again or not, I will be watching. And don't lose the seal again, or all your effort in this city would go to waste. We'll meet again, Mr. Reed.
Right. I should mention a couple things. You actually do get an achievement for shooting Johannes at the end of that meeting, which I've already done. I'm actually going to reload and go from the save where I had Glenn confess, because I want to see what happens. If you frame Milton for it, which I did the first time, you get a newspaper clipping later on that says that he was hanged for the murder. And that's the end of that. I want to see what happens when Glenn is the one who gets put up for it. Not an easy choice, and I can't say I really enjoy watching Glenn take the fall for it after he was pushed into it. And in a city like Oakmont, I don't think leniency is going to be coming. But framing Milton for it, as satisfying as I would find it normally, considering who he's an XP of, it's still trading one wrong for another wrong. And then again, I think the whole point is to show the murkiness of how morality is in Oakmont, and I think Johannes was trying to make the point that that whatever upper causes as our morality humans allegedly hold themselves up to, it doesn't really mean anything at the end, since it all turns out to be pointlessness anyways. Yada yada. Yada yada, cosmic horror, life is meaningless, we're all gonna die. Heard it all before. And I would... Anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. I hope that you enjoyed it, and that you're looking forward to the next one. See ya.